Hello there, guys. Once again, it is Lazy Eve here with episode 2 of Space Engineers 2 VS2 playthrough. And we're pretty much almost leaving off from where we were last time, where we need to get to Relation Station there. And I couldn't bring myself to use this thing here. I just feel that if something like leaving the planet is a big thing and it should be in a ship that you've made. So I don't know if they're going to change the tutorial later because it kind of felt like when you first spawned in it was going to lead up to something like that with there being like a hydrant testing facility there, but that was not the case. So hopefully they change that because I think that should be a big step. We're missing a lot of blocks. We don't have access to them because they get unlocked by that, but we do have access to everything we need to make a ship to go there. So let's go over this ship that I whipped together. I basically ground away this part. I had to do a little bit of mining, but it was pretty painless to be fair. And the experience of building it was a lot better than trying to start things up in SE1 was. So, fantastic on that front. So I'm pretty pleased because it doesn't look like a big block. It's yellow because that's the color that was selected in my color wheel for some reason. So first thing is this really nice big window at the start. At the front we can see in. It's got a really tiny cabin there, but it has everything we need. So first we come in, it's got a survival kit, so we don't even have to go in there. We can literally hover outside and just charge up if we want. Coming in, we've got a small inventory though in case we want to use that one, mainly for dumping ice in. It is connected to this one, but you know. Here's our O2 generator slash H2 generator, and here we have 2 gyros. We've got 8 power cells there, which is overkill, but I want to make sure that I don't run out of power. And of course, we've got the control seat here. So if I go into the ship, and we can get like a good view of it, and you'll see on the right we're fully charged. I've got 90% hydrogen, so I've done about 5 mining trips to fill this thing in. It's got 2 full hydrogen tanks there, a plethora of solar panels to make sure we stay charged, and it also has some. Okay, that's new. Didn't think about that, did I? It's all right. We can get out. Right, and it's also got some electric engines. So basically, the thing was, I wanted something that was fairly efficient. So for hovering, it's got these 4 large. Oh, that's out of alignment. I've only just noticed that. That's going to bug me. Anyway, we've got these 4 large engines there, which are going to keep us, hovering without going through our reserves of hydrogen. We've got 2 massive large boosters here connected to 2 large tanks. That's going to propel us forward really quickly, really efficiently. We've got in the wing here, basically, we've got 3 on either side. So we've got 3 there, and 3 there of small hydrogen engines. I do have space to put more, but I didn't want to put tons of them in. I might expand this one out. We're going to see how well it stops because, as you can see, it's still connected to the floor. I don't even know if this thing works yet, so this might be a pretty short video if it just crashes the floor and explodes. We'll see. And then up on the top we've got left and right, and I staggered them because I wanted to try and keep it off symmetry. So I like the sort of profile that's done here. And yeah, we got an antenna sticking out the back there as well. So I'm pretty pleased with the effort I put in, and I think it's definitely gonna do. So, well, basically, I just need to cut it loose now and see what happens. Now, in theory, I cut it loose, it should stay where it is. Let's find out. Oh, okay, okay. Well, it's not dying. It's staying there. They've come on now. Let's get rid of these because they annoy me a bit. Just a couple more. Okay. Wait, is this one not built or something? Why is this one not on? It says functional. What? Let me just check that out. That's okay, rises. The 3 hydrogens are definitely putting it. They're moving it enough. They're literally meant to guide it. If I gently tap that, we get big movement. Let's put this. As you can see, our power is 76% usage. 25% we do that. So I'm thinking I don't have enough power for that final. As you can see, one of them isn't on. So I don't have enough power capacity for all of them. That makes sense. That makes sense. So let's now just do that. Right. So let's switch this off. Basically, I need 2 more batteries then, which I could put there in order to get them all. But before that, this is getting moved up because it's bugging me. We're going to move this up 1, get 2 batteries, and then we're going to go to the station. So I think that will do. 7 even. These like to spawn upside down. The first time I built these, I built them all upside down. It was very annoying. And we're going to do it there. So that should be right now. Yes, it is. So nice and easy. Alright, fantastic. And then we just need a little bit of power going there, don't we? So energy, battery. Okay. Here we go. So let's get 2 of those. What do I need for this? Construction components and electronic parts. And what is that in resources? Iron and silicon. Let's see what we got in here. We got 3 electronic parts. I don't know if that's enough. But we do have iron. We don't have enough silicon by any stretch, do we though? Let's see what happens with this. Okay, I need like the tiniest amount of silicon. Or another 3 electronic parts, but I don't have those. So the easiest way to do this then is to rob them from something. Motors. Oh, electronic parts. Get the motors as well. That should be enough. Okay. And then, because I already have some power cells on charge over here, if I could actually walk, that'd be great. We just take 2 of these. So it is. Yeah. Back in there you go. Oh, I got one in there anyway. 91% that one. That's 91, 97. Oh wait, that's a bigger one, isn't it? Yeah, so that won't fit in there, will it? Pretty sure it will anyway. Although I could have sworn I changed these round. Yes, I didn't. But that's fine. We'll take those 2 out and we're just going to swap them with the other ones. Pop that in there in case I need it. And when I get into space, we'll switch these back over and get them charged. Okay. That's right, I didn't do that. Okay, so 88% power and everything is on. So we are all ready to go. Ship handles pretty good. So yeah, we're just going to start by using this and not using our hydrogen. So we're just literally going to see what we can do. Basically, we're going to line up with the validation station here and just spacebar ourselves up and see how far we can get. And when we get high enough, we will switch over to these two rear ones and boost ourselves there, just so we don't use up all of our stuff. So we are losing speed as these become less effective, and you can hear them spill down as well. So I think they're going to cut out in a minute. And am I falling? I'm now falling, yes. Right. So time to actually use these now. And just kind of this way. At this point, I want to go into tab, control panel. Let's turn some of those big atmospheric thrusters off. We only need one to keep us heading wise. There we go. And our speed is very quickly going up thanks to these two thrusters. So we'll start slowing down in a bit. Oh, look at that. The planet's massive. And we've looked at our H2 stats. We're doing really well. I might still be some ice in it somewhere then. Getting made. Ooh. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. It's going to take us a while to slow down because we only have these three thrusters to slow us down, but that's fine. We want ourselves to very lightly cluster in. Really, not that. Really, we just want to switch off that last thruster. Where is it? There we go. So that's powered off. I am now in space, I think. Okay, 2 kilometers away. I think that's what's needed with the larger speed limit. Is something where we can make sure that we don't exceed a speed, so we can set our own speed, so it's not just up to 1,000. We can set it like in increments of 100 or probably 50. So I could have a max speed of 300 set, and I could just boost towards it with less power instead of having to pulse it like this. You see? Not that I mind. And through the say so texture. There we go. Turn round just to make sure we stop. Okay, cool's this. We're certainly turning all right, so at least for this ship anyway. Really, I want to just get ourselves drifting without our dampeners on. Just to help that. So these are small connectors, which I do have one on the ship. It's on the top. Don't know if there's much point in us. I mean, I'll try it. I will try. We've got landing gear on one side and the connector on the other side. Didn't need to go that far. Okay. wait, is this a large connector? That's a large connector, isn't it? That's a small connector. Right. Never mind. I didn't get around to building a large one yet. What I originally had intended was to only have 2 large thrusters and to have the large connector at the back pointing downwards. But then I was worried that 3 wouldn't hold it up. So that's why I put 4 in. So what I might do, well, for now I'm just going to land normally, and we'll 18 this later. But what we'll probably do is move the rear thruster in line with the other 3, and then oh, I love that. It's great. And we just switch our. Oh yeah, there's no gravity, so that doesn't even matter. So there's no point in doing that. So we just press C, get ourselves on there, and then P. There we go. And yeah. Okay. I hear thrusters firing though, which is a little bit concerning. It's a strange noise. Yeah. What if I switch it on, off and on? Yeah, I'm just going to switch it off. I'm just going to power it off. Okay, so now I'm here. I guess we're going to go check out contracts. It's alluded to. I've not seen anything on it yet. Look at the haze of the atmosphere. And of course you can see the inside of the safe zone with it rotating around. It looks really nice. The entire station looks cool. Let's have a quick look at it from outside. Super cool. I do like that they all seem to have this as some sort of like radar dish. It's really nice. Right, let's get ourselves in here. As you see, we've got a nice big arrow there.
As expected, the station is fully automated, but there is some kind of gateway network to travel through the whole system.
Come and get me then. We can do the contracts together.
We still don't have the materials to repair the ship. I don't even know exactly where you are, and someone needs to monitor the colonists.
And you've decided I'm the one to stay behind?
It's the logical choice, Yvonne. I'll be back soon.
Are you serious? You'll leave me stranded while you go adventuring across the Almagest. Brother of the Millennium, right there.
It's the only way. Conserve power and rest. I'll come back for you. I promise.
I swear Ivan needs some sort of evil faction because I wouldn't be playing it with that shit either. There's literally no reason I couldn't go and find him now. Okay, so this is the contracts terminal. Well, I guess we have to do things. Let's just have a quick look elsewhere first at the view. Very nice. Downstairs we've got rec area. I mean, I'm assuming they've left nothing in here. It's always worth a check, though. It's worth a check. Yeah, because we've got like, yeah, bathroom here. Okay. Right, let's see what this has got missions-wise. Available, a place to call home. I'm making an outpost nearby asteroid. If you finish constructing your central blocks, it's yours. Okay, so they basically want us to make an asteroid base. I mean, might as well go do it. There's nothing else on here, is there? No. Alright. Let's go do that. Where did I come in? This way. Let's have a look. Where's this asteroid? So the contact location 6 kilometers that way. Alright. I think I do need some kind of a ramp for this. Let's see. So power on. We need dampeners on, and then well, these are because even in space, just the 3 is plenty enough. I mean, if I turn the dampeners off, it's even better then. Okay, so contract location, let's just line up. Okay, let's turn our dampeners off and let's give ourselves a bit of a boost. Let's go at like 300 maybe. So that'll take a while. Let's go to like 500. I don't want to go too fast. But it seemed alright slowing down, so we'll slow down at like a kilometre out, I think. 1.5. Until I learn what the stopping distance of this thing is. Although the asteroid's a little bit closer. Let's do it now. Oh, no. Okay. We're just gonna have to do this. It's fine, don't worry about it. That was so close. Right, so I might have to get those thrusters on the front after all. Oof. We're learning things, it's fine. Let's go to a stop. There we go. Right, switch our dampeners off. And we'll just go at like 200. It's only 1.6 kilometers, so we will get there pretty quickly regardless. Alright, let's start slowing this down. 70. Yeah, we should be fine. Okay. This is why I like to have not as many thrusters. Definitely when we get action routes and things, we'll have RCS thrusters set up properly. So I'm definitely going to need to set my ship up with a larger cargo port. That is all cool. Ah. If I have it at the back, so I'd end up docking something like here, which I think is alright. Alright, whatever, we'll just do that. Okay. So, here now. Survival kits over here. Anything in any of these? Nope. Nope. Okay. That's one of the large ones. I've only just noticed that as well. Along with an R2 generator. So basically steel plate and electronic parts. Do I have those in this? I might do. steel plates. Do not have the electronic parts. I'm assuming there's ore in this asteroid to do it with the ore thing, so it needs iron and silicon. I might as well use some of the stuff I've got. Can I get that from here? So iron and the tiniest bit of silicon. Come on. There we go. There we go. Repair the antenna to help find your way back to it later on. Yeah, which is over here. What's that need? It needs steel tubes. There we go. What else? Repair the ore detector to see the ore. Where's the ore detector? I need one of these for my ship actually as well. Now wire I don't have. It's copper, which I also don't have. So I need to go and get some copper. And I'm assuming there's some nearby. Cobalt, ice, nickel, copper. Just 6 meters away. Okay, copper starts. Let's go back to normal. Might as well get a decent amount of it. Still haven't got a handle on how much each ore is. I don't think everything's at their final values yet. It's like when I was making this, I was demolishing stuff on the base. The railings are worth like 30 steel tubes each. It's like it was mad. Yeah, these things are worth like daft amounts of 23 steel tubes if you disassemble it, which is kind of insane. I mean, it's on. I could finish it with the copper, but I don't need to. Return to the contract terminal. Okay, but before that, I think we'll make the modification to this. So this can get moved to here, and this will free up the entirety of this back bit to bring out, and then so I might put another cargo container on there as well, and then have a connector downwards. Yeah, that's what I think should be fine. Yeah, so I'll just actually just chuck this stuff in there first. There we go. soon, hopefully, we'll get the ship grinders and the ship drills. Not that it'd help much in this situation, but it'd be useful nonetheless. So it's just going to be that there and that there, and then make sure it's in line. That there, yes. Okay. Okay, so that's now looking a bit more like it, and now for this. Do I want, because we've got a, not T, R, so the large one, which is going to go, you know, basically like this, and then go into it. Yeah, apologies tonight, you can hear the missus kind of laughing in the background though. Let's see. Let's see what we've got here. So, logistics. Let's have a look at storage. Right, look at the cargo container, and we'll also look at just popping on a curved conveyor. I'll tell you what that will do. And see which one kind of makes more sense. So if I did that and just had that down and then that on top, don't know if that would look weird or not. But it'd kind of be, it'd be like that. Now, you know, we'd have to make it a little bit lower, so I'd have to lift the ship up and then put another thing so it'd be lower. Or there's getting another one of these bad boys. They're all around that side, aren't they? So if we just flip it that way, then it can have that there. And then we can have that go out there. Kind of like that. I mean, it makes it chunky. And I'm not currently having issues with space, because I think even with all the stuff I've got in it, because I've got a fairly decent amount. Yeah, 7 tons out of 32. I don't have a whole lot in there, though. It definitely might be worth getting the extra cargo container on there. I can make it look pretty later. Yeah, I think we'll go the cargo container way. We will have to lift it up and bring that down by like 1 as well, so we can do that. Easy enough. We see those things firing again. Control panel, so thruster off. There we go. Okay, so about there. And then we need some stuff out of here, don't Let's take that. Let's take some motors as well, and some steel tubes.
Inventory full.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we just need to go to this, get rid of that. Okay, we need to grab the small one because we only need to lift it up by a little bit. So I'm thinking, as if I do the double like that, will it then be too much? That's the exact same. And if I'm always landing below 20 meters per second, it should never get damaged, right? So I think in Space Ages 2, it might be safe to have it like this. So we'll try it and we'll see what happens with it. Need bunch of electronic parts. That's silicon in the dog ears. Okay, let's pop all this stuff back. I don't have enough silicon, I don't think. Try it though. I don't remember what it said. No, need more silicon. Alright then, let's find some silicon. Iron, copper, ice, silicon. I see you. Into the creepy thing, and it's right on the surface. How about that? I don't need that much, but I'm gonna get a decent chunk of it. Although the sooner I get a better drill, the better. I'm getting like 2% to go here. My inventory space. So. I have seen people saying on the Discord that some of the ore nodes seem to be pretty small. I know when I was mining them on the planet to make the ship, it was, that was kind of what I thought as well. Now I do remember them saying things about ores at different heights. So what I'm hoping is surface level. There's like lots of really tiny packets that basically give us enough for a couple of components, and it'll let us get by. And then later on, we'll be digging like pretty deep, making actual mines to find much larger pockets. I think that's definitely the way to go. We're talking 500-600 deep, so we put a bit of investment into making an actual mine, drilling a mine shaft, and get rewarded, by a bunch of ore and not having to move for a good while. Or massive plunge ship mining for those of us who do that. Grab that back again. There we go. Time to test if that works. So we're gonna go down we're pretty much lined up already. Just need to make a couple of tiny adjustments. So I'm wondering if I press Z now, will it pull together? Nope. Let's get that back on. Let's pull ourselves in. And I'm waiting for it to snap like an SE1, but I don't even know if it'll do that. So, or will it just? Oh, so if I press P, it pulled me in. Okay, but I think I should get lower first. Wait, does that mean as long as it's white, it'll pull me? Let's have a look. Okay, so no white, and alright, it senses us. So if I press P now, okay, and it kind of forces us in place. That's kind of neat. So if I get to here and I do this, and then I turn my dampeners off, so I don't want my engines fighting it when it pulls me, will it a lot smoother, but I think landing manually will be the way forward. One thing that is annoying is when I'm connected and I don't switch anything off, it sounds like the thrusters are firing. Which is why I keep turning the dampeners off, just to see if it's these ones here firing downwards, but they're not. Okay, well that works anyway, so we're all happy with that. So we need to go back to the... Yeah, it goes nice and quiet as soon as you're thinking. So, dampeners off, let's push off. I do like the light coming out of my cockpit. That's coming from my engineer as well. Right, let's get ourselves aligned here. Our dampeners were on. Right, let's have a look. So if we go to say 500 again, and we want to start slowing down about 3 kilometers out, I think. We'll try. So we do need to find out the stopping distance for this thing. So 1, dampeners on. Okay. So the first kilometer we slowed down 120. The second kilometer we slowed down. Yeah, we're under 250. And then I'm thinking when we get to 100, in fact this might pretty much be spot on. Okay, so basically 3 kilometers out we want to be stopping the ship. I'm just letting it coast forward a little bit, just so we can get ourselves lined up for that platform over there. Get our dampeners on now. And get ourselves orientated. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely think getting like 3 of the smaller engines pointing backwards, probably not now when they give us like easy ways to switch things on and off. Then that'll definitely be the way with just the main engines and just having everything else as pretty lightweight. Because I do like, you know, I like asymmetry in builds, not just having like the maximum engines in every direction. Because I don't think it gives it, you know, character. Just try to line it up pretty well by our pilot. So we switch the dampeners off, press P. Ah. Okay. That'll do. Where am I here? Upside down, apparently. Right. Let's see what we've got contract-wise. Okay, a place called home, complete. As we have to read them in. Oh, we get renewable energy tier 2 as well. For that. Right. Okay, so what's this? Restore a facility gives us production blocks tier 1. Wait, can we just choose whichever? Because they all give us production blocks tier 1 then. Containers, build a small tug ship, move these containers inside the storage hall. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, so you basically latch landing gear onto those and move them into a place. That's cool. Or finish constructing a base. Or investigate. I like this one just because it seems to be like there's some kind of thing I've got to build, whereas this is like just repair it, which is just like what we've done for all of the others. I definitely think if we're just putting these blocks in the right place, more missions like that, it'd be really good. But let's see what this is first. I might be talking utter rubbish. There we go. So the active contract is... Oh wait, is that on the planet? Ah, so we're going back planet side. This will be cool. We've not done this before. This could go really well, or it could be a disaster, since we don't know how this ship's going to handle. I don't have anything in my inventory, do I? I do not. Okay. So I guess we're just going to go in to the Earth, sort of this way, not the Earth. We're going to sort of go that way to it, sort of this sort of angle. Okay, we're just going to turn dampeners off so we can just get some speed up, because we don't want to enter daft speed, but we will do it at 500 again. Well, maybe more. If we aim there, then in theory we should have plenty of time to engage our other thrusters. Right? Right. We're putting that on, so we're not going to slow down. And I'm going to now go and switch on our atmospheric thrusters, which means that when we do enter and we start to go down, we can then just toggle our dampeners on, and those should stop us pretty quickly, hopefully. I think gravity's got us. It's really hard to tell, but considering that we're going down, instead of just across where we were planning. Yeah, so I think if I do this, yeah, these are going to try and stop us. The question is, can they? Because we're currently not that much in the atmosphere by the looks of it. Why is the one not on? Oh, power. Oh, I know they are stopping us. Pretty quickly as well. So really, I could have gotten away with just 3. Oh, not even an issue. Not even an issue. Right. Let's just do that and do this. And we will find this contract 60 kilometers away. Just want to get over this hill here. Just kind of switch our dampers off and just go nice and fast. Our hydrogen use is absolutely fine. So let's do this a little bit more like this. Oh no, come on, this way. Up, please, up, please, up, please, up, 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 up. Oh, man. Oh, that was close. It's a lot harder to thingy your ship in this one. Do the parabolic arcs than it is in this one. I want to bring my speed down now. We should be fine for clearing this. Yeah, we're fine. So we want to slow down a bit that way, so let's do that. So we're not going there. That's fantastic. Well, if I slow down in time for it, we can have a look. Batteries, we need more. We need more batteries. We don't have the capacity. We've got enough battery storage, we've got tons of storage, they just can't pump the power out fast enough. So we need a better power grid, but we don't have access to those blocks yet. It looks like we're down enough to be able to go look at this thing. Okay. Oh. Yeah, the controls are a little bit strange getting used to still. Let's have a look and see where this thing is. Now it's 1,000 away. Okay, let's go inside here. Definitely need some outside lights. Which I will do at some point. Probably with my next dock somewhere. Because I think they're just construction components for lights. But they do need a fair amount. So it looks like some sort of station. Alright. See what we got. So I do like that a lot. These spawn on these rocks, so I think that the rock spawns with them. I don't need to land. I'm in no danger of fuel or anything like that. Steady as a rock, yes. Yeah. Again, they have like these little caves and stuff, which is super cool. Oh, ooh, stuff. The menu's getting longer and longer to open as I play, so what we're gonna do, and it's almost been an hour, so we'll probably... Oh, stainless steel. That's advanced, because I can't make that yet. Hard drives. Oh, I will take those. Radiocom. Oh, all this is stuff is new stuff. Okay, so there is stuff in these little things. That's cool. Crouch, crouch, crouch. That is very cool. Was not expecting that. But I do love it when exploration is rewarded. Oh, excuse me. That is for an antenna. A non-functional one. We've got a bunch of things in here. So we've got metal grids. I'll take those. Yeah, don't need to care about the steel plates. Wire. Yeah, definitely I need those. I'll take the motors as well. Well, I might as well take like the 2 steel plates off. A golden crate. Got radio modules in. And that one has more wire. Construction components, yes, need those. Don't care about the steel plates. No plates, not much point getting any of that stuff. Let's have a look in here. The sink, we've got crate. Medkit, I will take that. More wire, fantastic. A bunch of electronic parts, yeah, more motors. And we have the laboratoire. And if you really want to, got a couple of construction components. But I think that's a pretty good looting. Get ourselves back in. Bunch of that there for when we need it. Happy days. That was well worth the stop. And now on to the partial target, that active contract. So we'll get to active contract, we'll call it a night. And we'll solve whatever it is tomorrow. If we can get there without crashing, of course. Right, and then we can just let it naturally slow down a bit. I think I did see people complaining about this one because it is literally on the far side of the planet from the station, which I can't even see a waypoint from anymore. But it hasn't taken us that long to get here, to be fair. It's only 20k away now. There you go. Definitely need way more power though. That's sinking too fast. Nope, not wrong button that one. Because what you really want to do is find the thrusters for the front, and then be able to turn them off, because that'll let us coast just hovering on those. It said these are constantly slowing us down. I mean, they're not slowing us down a lot, but it is enough where I wish I could just toggle it on and off when I wanted. Because then I'd have the entire front there filled with them, and we'd slow down a little bit faster. But at the moment, I feel like that's a pain. Our battery power's down to 45%, so we're way more efficient with hydrogen at the minute than we are with power. But our energy will restore once we're in the sun for a little bit, because all those will charge up pretty fast with the solar panels, which are currently, I assume that's not on because it's dark. But we are using like 90% of our capacity with these thrusters, so once we get a new power system, that'll be better as well. And yeah, we're on our next step, so we can basically do whatever we want. But I do want to do some of the contracts to test them out, see what we have to offer. Alright, we're in sight of this. I really wish I had lights. I bet this looks amazing with some lights like pointed at the ground and stuff. We'll add those. Right, so now I literally just need this to slow down now. Of course, I can just tilt the ship up and use my atmospheric thrusters to very quickly slow it down if I need to as well. And the more I tilt the ship up, the more those will kind of take effect like that. Which I might actually do a little bit on, because have they changed how... They've changed slightly how this works, because when I pitched up then, it shouldn't have just taken me up, right? Because it was more like a fire. My full momentum kept going with me, didn't it? So I couldn't just... It didn't let me stop myself. I need to do some tests on that, because I thought it was a bit odd on the... just before that point of interest where I went to angle myself upwards, so I stopped myself, and I kind of did a big circle. So I am wondering if there's something else going on with the flight model that I've not noticed. But I will check that out. I might be just imagining things. Can always be the case. does have a landing pad of some description. Renegades radar supply base with cargo scattered around, build projected tug ship and use its landing gear to grab and deliver marked containers. Okay. I think making the player solve it themselves would be better than just build the projected thing. Because, you know, we like to find our own solutions to stuff, be wacky or whatever. I mean, this ship might even be able to do it, or at least get them close. What are we doing? Come on, I want to land here. C, down. Backwards. So it ain't going backwards. There we go. It's more like it. I think if I'm not positioned either flat or backwards, my thrusters don't have the power. So I'm pretty sure if I rotate my ship slightly this way, I will sink. Yeah, so I've got to pretty much stay horizontal with the thrusters that I've got, which is okie dokie. And in for a touchdown. But I mean, I really like the effect though. There we go, press P, put our dampeners back on, and power everything down. We're on 18% battery and 93% hydrogen, so I definitely need better batteries. So we're not going to be doing anything until the sun comes up and we charge that. Next time we'll have a look and see what the crack is with this. And yeah, basically. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ask questions. You know, all the usual jazz for me. And take care. Have a great rest of your day. Just grab that over here, if I could, to stop this.